Good morning, everybody. Today, I really wanted to talk a little bit about meditation and how meditation can be helpful. But just before we begin, if you are thinking about meditating by yourself at home or online in a class or a group, it is really important if you're struggling with mental health issues or depression. It is really important that you receive support from a counsellor or a psychoanalyst or hypnoanalyst, psychotherapist, and get that guidance and support that you need, because when you are meditating, sometimes through meditation you can bring up emotional stuff to the surface, and this can be quite challenging to work through. It can be challenging to work through anyway, but if you're not in a state of balance within your mind, then it can be super challenging, and I wouldn't recommend that you try and do that by yourself at home. It's really important that you get that support, and alongside that, one-to-one support with a professional meditation teacher. So meditation is hugely beneficial, and it can help us to, it is a spiritual practice, and it can help us to connect to our spiritual selves, and it gives us the opportunity to step back, step out of the emotional drama of what's going on in the world around us, and indeed with our own daily emotional dramas as well. So it's giving us the opportunity to connect to our heart, connect to our breath, and become more grounded, balanced and centered. So it's having that understanding of, or that knowing of, that you are part of a bigger picture. You're part of something bigger than the emotional drama of life, and it helps us to cope with life in a much more beneficial and balanced way. So when we give ourselves space, when we breathe deeply, we're a lot calmer, we're a lot more relaxed, and suddenly we are able to consciously move through life rather than react to what is going on around us or internally within us. So for me, meditation is a practice where we are bringing our full attention and focus, bringing awareness to ourselves. Basically, we're cultivating ourselves, we're getting to know who we are on a deeper level. So we're observing how we think, feel and behave. But this comes with practice over time. So for me, meditation is engaging fully with yourself, first and foremost, and engaging fully with whatever you are, whatever is in front of you. So if you have a flame in front of you, or a flower or a plant, and this is your practice to gaze and fully engage with what's in front of you, or whether it's internally and you're focusing fully with all of your senses, with your breath, with the sensations within your body, or if indeed, whatever you do from day to day, can become a meditative practice. So washing up or hoovering, when you're fully engaged with this activity, it can become meditative. It can be your meditative practice. So anything can become meditation. It's your intention to bring your full attention to whatever you're doing, whatever's in front of you, whatever's internally going on. So so I just wanted to talk a little bit about energy first. So some of us can feel energy. If you practice Reiki or practice, your intention is to feel energy, then you will feel energy. It is a practice. But energy, even though we can't see it, it exists. It's our life force. It's what keeps us alive. We need energy to move. We need energy for all the functions within our body, within our mind. This requires energy. And so there's energy flowing through me, through all other humans, through all other life forms on the planet. Animals, plants, wildlife, nature, all bursting with energy. So, but it's the same energy. There isn't separate energies. It's all one energy. So just to explain a little bit about energy, when you rub your hands together, you're creating friction and heat. And when you stop, you can feel the energy buzzing. You can feel sensations, tingling, heat, movement. And as you move your hands slowly apart, you can still feel that energy between your hands. Sometimes that might take a little practice of doing that. So just imagine that the energy that we're talking about is a pole. Okay, so we've got one end of the pole is high frequency, high vibrational energy. So life that vibrates at a high frequency. So light, love, plants, nature, all vibrate at this high frequency, which is why when we are out in nature, we feel elevated, we feel really good, because we're surrounded by plants that have this high frequency, this high vibration. And so at the other end of the scale, this end, we have the lower frequency, the low vibration. And this is, when you're feeling down, depressed, angry, frustrated, you're vibrating at a lower frequency. So it's the same energy, but it's different ends of the scale. That's all it is. So we have the potential, we have the choice to direct our energies in whichever end aspect of the energy scale that we want to. So we can choose to direct our energies into the positive end or the negative end. So by practicing compassion, gratitude, joy, love, all of those things elevates our frequency, elevates our vibration. We all know how we feel when we're around people who are really upbeat, positive, happy, joyful, who love life. We begin to feel the same. So like attracts like. So if your intention is to practice becoming high frequency, vibrating at a high frequency, then you begin to attract people that also vibrate and at that high frequency. And the same goes for when you're in low frequency, you tend to attract people that are also feeling that low frequency. So like attracts like. So once you do have a choice, but it requires a conscious choice. You know, this is what I want for my life. I want to practice working towards high frequency. I want to step, you know, it exists. Life exists with dark and light. You know, exists along that scale of energy. One resides within the other, so we can't have one without the other. But you can choose whether you want to spend more of your energy in your life in the high frequency, or more of your energy in life in the low frequency. Now, if, for example, you've had a lot of trauma in your life, and that's caused you to struggle with depression, anxiety, anger, then you might need, or you will need, support to help you practice becoming more, living more with a higher frequency, higher vibration. There are lots of practices that can be done to help elevate how you feel and transform how you think, so that you feel better, so that you feel more elevated. So it's important that we have got the light, but we've also got the dark, and it's important that we acknowledge the dark as well as the light, because it's all part of the whole picture. It's all part of the whole of who we are. You know, if we just try and avoid and not want to acknowledge the dark side of us, then we're dishonouring a part of ourselves. We're not acknowledging a part of who we are. You know, we are whole beings. That means the light and the dark, you know, mind, body and spirit. We're whole beings. So I hope that explains energy a little bit. So with practicing meditation, it can help you to really connect back to our hearts, so that we're not living in our heads all the time. We're not living in the thinking, the analysing, the worrying and the fear. So this creates a lot of energy output. All these practices in our heads, and we forget to connect back down to our hearts and back to our breath and back to our bodies. So through meditation, our brain waves, well, as you know, adults, we spend a lot of time in beta brain waves, which is our thinking, intellectual, analytical, worrying mind. So the more we can bring ourselves into a theta state, which is a meditative state, the better it is for our health and well-being. It can really help with stress levels. So the moment that you close your eyes, you're reducing the amount of sensory input. So when we've got our eyes open, we're taking in loads of information all the time and processing it, and that requires a lot of energy. When we close our eyes, we then go into theta brain waves, and the amount of sensory input is reduced, and so that we are then able to go internal and focus on our breath, the sensations within our body, and we instantly feel more calm, more relaxed. It's the same as when we're going into sleep. Before we fall asleep, theta is between wakefulness and sleep. It's that in-between stage where we're deeply relaxed. So meditation helps us go into theta brainwaves, so we feel more relaxed and calm. So this is where I would like to start with my practice, is to help people to connect back to their bodies, back to their breath. So just being aware of sensations within your body, how you're feeling, whether that's physical or emotional, and just observing yourself, just allowing yourself to be where you are. So that would be my practice to begin with. If anybody would like to do a little bit of meditation with me, then please just send me a message. I'm hoping to get these up on my website so that people can access them when they want to, when it's convenient for them. But it will take me a few days to get this up and running. So my website is thecornishartisan.co.uk. Like I said, if you want to, if you're interested in starting a meditation practice, then please just give me a message. Right, thanks for listening. Hope to see you soon. Take care.